Good evening, Rusk enjoyers. I hope you're right, because it's time for the 48-hour analysis. Yes, it is 2 days ago. All of these skins rotated into the Rusthelp for the July Force Wipe Rusthelp, that is. And, well, basically, in this video, we're going to look at their progress based on the sales and try and figure out, are these skins still holding up to being perfectly fine investments, or are there any potential problems you need to be aware of? So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. Right, so of course, with every 48-hour analysis, we'd take a look at the first 24 hours of sales, we'd make comparisons, and, well, there's a very interesting comparison to make. This July Force Wipe Rusthelp for 2024 is ridiculous. Well, with what came out, you know, of course with Force Wipe we have an update, new content added, bikes were introduced, we had a lot of bike themed skins being added. Clearly a lot of people liked them, because for the first 24 hours of sales, they have done ridiculous sales. Now, Neon Full Kit Locker, you're a little bit different, let's just put you aside for now. Road Angel's hoodie and pants, Hell Rider's jacket, and even the likes of Commuter Headwrap, they have sold ridiculous amounts. So, like, just look at the top row here. All of them easily above 10,000. In fact, the top six above 10,000 subscribers. That is a lot of people very happy with the Rusthelp. That is a lot of people buying skins. Which, okay, you know, that's a very nice positive way to look at things. But as an investor, I'm worried that this is probably selling a little bit too much. I have to put the warnings out to you, right? So we'll talk more about that, obviously, in a little bit. But of course, let's just track back to likes this Neon Full Kit Locker. The first Neon Locker to be accepted. Yes, it is expected there will be more. We'll talk more about that in a second. But 20,000 plus subscribers. Now, of course, over the past few weeks, we have had the likes of Neon Small Storages and whatnot. But that amount for the first locker, things are interesting. There's quite a lot to go over, but let's just quickly make a nice little comparison over here. For the first Neon Small Storage that we had, which was fuel, that sold less compared to this Neon Locker, right? 20,800 subscribers. This here did 20,200 subscribers. So I'm just pointing that out. We'll obviously make some more comparisons, but I think that locker might be selling quite a lot. Let's just put it that way. So we've kind of had a quick glance for the likes of all of these skins. Shall we go ahead now and take a look at the 48 hours of sales? Now, unfortunately, I'm recording this a little bit later, obviously with the likes of a Force Wipe update. Most Rusthelps that come out in a Force Wipe tend to come out like really early, so I'm recording this a fair bit later. Just to get the point across, here's the 48 hours of sales. I did take a screenshot, so get a good look at that. You can see with the likes of the Neon Full Kit Locker here, with almost 28,000 subscribers. Both the hoodie and pants here for the Road Angels, easily above 20,000 subscribers. And a Hell Rider's jacket with just about 18,500 subscribers. They're selling a lot. People clearly like them. But will they hold their value? That's questionable, so we will be getting to that point, won't we? Also, Commuter Headwrap, 15,600 subscribers. Shadowborn Rug, 15,000 subscribers. And then it slowly goes down with the rest of the skins. Alright then, let's go ahead and take a look at the current Rusthelp. And let's go ahead and discuss what's looking to be a perfectly fine investment still, what's looking questionable. Alright, let's get started with the likes of the Neon Full Kit Locker. So, just a quick comparison. That is almost 28,000 subscribers. Let's go over to the likes of here. Let's go remind ourselves of the Rust Saturday 48-hour analysis for May 25, 2024. It is the video where Hedge accidentally recorded with the wrong scene. But as you can see over here, the Neon Small Fuel Storage did 28,700 subscribers after 2 days. So the Neon Fuel Locker did end up selling a little bit more after another day. So we got that understood, we got that in our heads, but still, with the likes of what I'm seeing here, it's pretty obvious this is going to probably do around at least 40,000 subscribers. So, of course, hopping back, looking at this Rusthelp, looking at this Neon Fuel Locker more specifically, comfortably above 40,000 subscribers, and it was also the first Neon Small Locker to be accepted, which you call, no, Neon Small Storage, sorry. Oh, Hedge, you fool. But yeah, that has always stayed in the positive. That has always done a very good job. Like, if you bought it, you could sell it, you know, sell it and get your money back and whatnot. But with the first small box to be accepted after it, this spiked in demand and went all the way up to $4 at one point. Then gradually went down to $3, then gradually went down to $2. Now it sits at around $170 for most of the time at the moment. Now, we are well aware that all the following small boxes at one point, well, except this one because it only just recently came out, but all three of these here did at one point dip down to below their Rusthelp price, which is quite alarming because they all sold a lot. 40,000 subscribers, 52,000 subscribers, and almost 40,000 subscribers. Anyway, This was the only small box to really go above $3. Could we see that type of behaviour potentially happening to likes of this locker? This is where I ask you once again, if we were to see another neon locker being produced and accepted, would it cause this to spike in demand, spike in price? I'm a bit conflicted. I'm not fully sure. But at the very least, people must be aware that there's a collection on the horizon. People must be aware that, of course, if we see another one next week, clearly it's in relation to this one. So what is it going to be? I don't fully know yet, but it's either going to be Tier 2 or Hazy, all right? So Duck kind of explained all of his plans on his Twitter. But yeah, that's very likely potentially rolling out over the course of this weekend or Monday. We shall see. Keep your eyes open, keep an eye on the workshop and whatnot. But yeah, this is something that is turning into a group of 3. Now, here you go. With the likes of this selling at $2.49, hey, it's impressive, you know. That's $1 more expensive compared to small boxes, and it's still sold as much. But yeah, shut up, Hedge. Just that's not really something we're going to really mention as that much of a difference. Anyway, I would have thought a lot of people who like to buy with a pure intent to sell, you know, do a flip, probably were a fair bit cautious with this. But I also feel very strongly that a lot of people just liked it, wanted it. You know, okay, I like that, I'm buying it for myself, fair enough. But it only takes a small percentage of people to buy a ridiculous amount with a pure intent to sell, which of course would lead to problems. So if I quickly go to the front page of the Rusty market, if I go to small neon, yep, and how we currently looking over here, yep, they've all got like multiple hundreds of quantities, except neon small seeds. Not everybody who bought this currently has the ability to sell it, alright? Give it some time, that'll probably have several hundred listings as well. So yeah, by the time we look at these skins, around September, October, November, I kind of gave a rough estimate that they'll probably have around up to 1,000 quantity each, potentially. It's expected to get worse because we are expecting quite a drop-off with the likes of the player counts during those months. Now, as of now, it's absolutely great. We're currently looking at 99,000 average player count over the past 28 days, which is cool. That's fine. That's nice. Will it potentially reach up to 100,000? We shall see. Didn't do a better peak player count this past weekend compared to the likes of the one back in, you know, for June. But, hey, still good. Can't complain. But, yeah. We're very likely going to be seeing a lot of these in the Steam market in the future as well. I will sit here and tell you this. Along with the likes of the small boxes, the neon small boxes, I do believe in the future, long term, they will be going the positive. I'm just sitting here expecting that with so many that are bought and so many likely going to appear in the Steam market later in the year, you're very likely going to be able to pick them up for a cheaper price. I'm sitting here expecting with the small boxes that you'll probably be able to pick them up for around $1. Give it around October time, that's typically where we see many skins reach a new low point, blah, 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 yep, you've been talking about this non-stop over the past, like, month or so, but yeah, same would apply to the lockers. So yes, there very likely will be another one, and another one after that, and maybe they'll sell a lot, but I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if they suffer. So we've seen locker skins sell quite a lot in the past and then suffer. Look at the likes of all these lockers. Remember Locker from Hell? 30,000 sales, which isn't close to 40,000, but that did drop off pretty badly. Right now it's doing good because we didn't get any locker skins until now throughout all of this year, but just give this a quick look. Look at its history. Right now there's only 47 listings, and it is part of a well-established collection, but it was pretty rough for it initially. So came out, sold for $3, went down in price all the way down to $2 here, and then we had the likes of the Autumn Fall seasonal dip last year, went all the way down to about $1.80, 40? No, not $1.40, that's pounds. $1.80 or $1.90 is what I meant to say. Post-Christmas, it did rise up a fair bit. Easter time, went down a bit. Since then, rise. But very likely it'll start going fall from here on now. So, yes, this did drop in value by about a third. Do you reckon this potentially might drop down in value by about a third? How much will that be? It'll probably go down to maybe about $1.50. Maybe. All right. Now, if it does reach 40,000 subscribers, sure, all right, I'll definitely consider, sticking with doing a barter and whatnot, because I've seen behaviour like this happen, like, frequently. It happens yearly. It's a yearly routine thing that happens, but you understand my cautiousness. I have yepped far too much in regards to all the small boxes. Literally the likes of this neon small seed storage, I had to make another video talking about how I'm under the impression that people who bought into this have started to have, like, fatigue. All these neon small storages, like, they've already gone down in price and whatnot. I don't really want to invest into the likes of this one. Well, as of now, this one seems to be doing all right. As of now, we'll see. But yeah, So, lockers. We didn't see any up until this point in the year, halfway through the year. We're very likely to get a group of them. Will we see any more of them after that? Will there be Twitch drops, do you reckon? Because I'm pretty sure for the rest of this year, for every month, we're going to see Twitch drops happen. There's a fairly decent chance you're going to see some lockers at some point. And much like last year, where we suddenly got lots of lockers, that clearly turned into a problem. Because all the marketable lockers that came out during that 2-year period between here, all of them went down into the negative. It took almost a year of no lockers to cause them to actually rise up in price. Now, I did sit here and say this, with the arrival of this, and knowing that there's more on the horizon, these very likely will start dropping down in value, so you maybe might want to consider selling them now, whilst you can still get some good money out of it, because it very likely won't last. We're now steering towards the likes of September, and I've been saying that quite a lot, but I really do mean it. Many prices rose up to a nice all-time high at some point in June, but since then, it's gradually starting to go down now. So, I've yapped more than enough about that locker. Long term, wouldn't doubt it. I think it's doing alright. I think it will be perfectly fine if you just want to sit in it for a year. But if you're looking at that and thinking, could I potentially get it cheaper in just a couple of months' time? Wouldn't doubt it. I do believe that. But there's also the likely chance, with another locker coming out potentially, being produced and submitted onto the workshop over the course of this weekend, and then potentially being accepted next week, that might spike in demand, spike in price, exactly like the small fuel storage. That might potentially boost up to $4. Who knows? We'll see. But are you going to give it a risk? Are you going to jump in and see if you can try and sell that for a decent bit of profit for the short term? It's in your hands. That decision goes down to you. I am expecting at least 40,000 subscribers. Let's see what the true number will be, of course, next week. So, moving on. Road Angels hoodie and pants. So, okay, cool. We got this awesome looking set. I'm sure many people were very happy. Of course, with the likes of the bikes being introduced, you needed some sort of appropriate attire. And now we have this lovely looking set right here. Now, the main question would have been, are we going to see continuations? Are we going to see more? I can't guarantee if we're going to definitely see more being produced, and I really cannot guarantee we'll see the armour getting accepted. So, Tier 2 armour, Tier 3 armour, we shall see. Or at the very least, boots and gloves. I think boots and gloves would be more appropriate and probably would work a fair bit better. But I've seen themed skins being produced in the past for special updates. Continuations were made afterwards, and then they weren't accepted. They weren't accepted. Now, I can definitely sit here and say, these selling at 99 cents each, definitely part of the reason why they sold so much. But hey, people like it, people want it. But not everyone's going to be playing Rust in a couple months' time. So again, we reiterate, last year, we had very similar numbers for what we currently see here with last year, right? And then 2 months after July, September, oh, where did they all go? They went back to school. So it's that during that period of time, the demand for skins drops off, the values drop down, and, well, yeah, it's not very nice, is it? So you've been warned, right? If you're thinking, okay, if we potentially see the likes of a continuation appearing over the course of this weekend, all right, you're more than happy. You're more than welcome to anticipate a potential sequel, a potential continuation. I applaud you for keeping an eye on the likes of the workshop and whatnot. But I'm sorry to say, I can't help but assume that's likely going to struggle and suffer. I am looking at both of these skins, and I am kind of expecting that this is going to easily reach up to around 30,000 subscribers. Now, I have to question you. Do you actually look at this and say, yeah, it's a budget blackout set? No, seriously. Do you honestly look at that and assume that? Because we did kind of see a budget blackout set come out earlier this year called... what was it called? Can you remember? Wait, it was called... there we go. Legacy Kevlar. Now, that did 50,000 subscribers each. Obviously, a lot more, but look at the state of it. Look at the state of it. Look at the quantity on the Steam market. Yeah, and that did get continuations, right? That did get continuations. Look at that now, all right? So, just want to get a point across. Yes, you might see a lot of sales for certain skins and just instantly assume, oh yeah, that's clearly demand. That's clearly going to go back up in price in the future. There are no guarantees, all right? Okay? So, I'm a little bit unsure. Now, of course, I can wait until the likes of Wednesday, but both of these skins are not abnormal. I have doubts. Alright, by all means, if you bought a pair for yourself, that's fine. Buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them nice motivated, keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. I'd love to see a sequel. I'd love to see it being accepted, but I don't know. Alright? We went 6 weeks without any hoodie and pants being accepted. and we are now 7 weeks without tier 3 armor. Okay, so I don't know what to expect with the likes of next week, but we'll see. But I have seen them with the likes of previous themed updates that, while skins that were obviously in relation to said theme being accepted, when sequels were produced afterwards, I reiterate, haven't really seen much success for them. Right, so as I said, estimated amount 30,000 subscribers more than 30,000 subscribers will be my answer. Where will it end up? We shall see, but I'm concerned. I think you might be able to pick these up for a cheaper price in the future, so we'll leave it at that. Let's move on. Everything I've just said in regards to the hoodie and pants basically also applies to the likes of the jacket. I would have hoped to have seen, sequels being announced, like, oh, we're going to get like boots and gloves, hoodie and pants, tier 2, tier 3. Nothing's been said, nothing's been mentioned, alright? So I would have thought, they'd be eager to point that out, but maybe they don't really feel the need to say. I mean, hey, cool, that's fine. It's another jacket skin. We have got a lot of jackets being accepted so far this year. I'm concerned, after 2 days, right, this genuinely looks like it potentially could surpass Training Jacket, alright? Training Jacket sold for $1.49, a cheaper price. And it is currently down by a quarter, 27%. I fear for this, alright? I do not believe that'll be retaining its value. Now, the transparency, the cut-off sleeves and whatnot, that's cool. That's nice. Okay, that, I can understand a lot of people bought that because they liked it. And of course, looks very cool when you're on your bikes and whatnot. Alright, cool. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see more jacket skins being produced this year. I wouldn't be surprised if that potentially loses all the attention it got. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up suffering in the future. Does that make sense? It looks like it's selling a little bit too much. It looks like they're getting more people buying the skins compared to people who genuinely want to use the skins. And look at that big gap there. That's the excess stock. What happens to the excess stock? Thrown on third-party sites, thrown on the Steam market. People will start to compete with each other to try and make a sale. Prices will gradually go down because they keep undercutting each other. Value of the skin suffers, crashes, and unfortunately goes down really bad. So yeah. In fact, you know what? A perfect example probably would be with the likes of the Berserker Cloak Jacket last year, 40,000 plus subscribers, sold for $3.49. We thought it was special, and then we rolled into September and October, and it went down, and less people were playing, less demand for skins, the price suffered and suffered and suffered. Also, Ghillie Suit Jacket came out as well, and then we've also had the likes of the Twitch drop there, and yeah, suddenly that wasn't so special anymore, and selling for a third of the price. In fact, less than. Almost. Well, yeah, sort of. Anyway, so, cool. Well, not cool. I'm concerned, I am worried, and I don't think I'll be making a purchase. I'll very likely just stick with doing a buy order. Yeah, you could, with a smart buy order, still walk away with a lovely bit of profit. So with that, I'm looking at that, and I am expecting probably just short of 30,000 subscribers, but that still seems like quite a lot. It's looking troublesome, so, yeah, sorry to say. By all means, if you like it, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, but yeah, I don't really look at that with a lot of positivity with the financial perspective, so I'm going to move on. Alright, cool. Commuter Headwrap, alright? This is also not abnormal, alright? So these skins that aren't abnormal, we are at a disadvantage. We don't have that special little period of time with the likes of abnormals to the next Rustore where we can look at all the barter support it currently has and then consider, oh yeah, you know what, that does look like it's going to retain its value. I feel strong with that. I'm going to put down maybe a few, requests to buy a lot of them, So, yeah, sorry, I was about to say bilders there, I kind of screwed it up. Anyway, this is currently sitting here at 16,466 subscribers. Let me just quickly show something to you. Out of all the burlap head wraps that we've had accepted in the past, the top selling ones appear to be these, right? Top 6 right there. As of now, 2 days in, or just over 2 days, this is sitting here at 16,500. We will surpass this. We will surpass this. We will surpass this. I think we're going to end up with this being third, alright? We last saw a burlap head wrap right there, chainmail head wrap, and then last year we saw the likes of the Arctic Protection burlap head wrap. Now, what worked out with the likes of this? What worked out well with the likes of this right here? Well, it ended up being part of a full collection. It's also, camouflage, early game primitive camouflage, so it's hard to compare to the likes of that. But at the very least, if we saw continuations, if we saw more of this commuter set potentially, maybe we'll see that potentially spike in price. I can envision a lot of people appreciating something like this. The transparency in the burlap head wrap is ridiculous, but it works perfectly, you know, making something that looks exactly like a biker helmet. You could be a very annoying cyclist on all the servers. It's fun. All the traffic on the roads, I can, you know, pedal so slowly. Anyway, comments. Have we got confirmation that we're going to see potentially a sequel? Cool concept, right helmet, maybe a similar type of helmet for a metal face mask. Perfect idea, but we do need to do a full set, not only face mask. I am under the impression we're going to see some more primitive skins. I'd like to see that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you would like to see that. Imagine like a burlap sort of like cyclist shirt and pants and whatnot. Shorts. We don't have many short skins. Alright, we'll see how it all turns out. Actually, no. Proper cyclists have like the really like thin, sort of like long, sort of like trouser style things. Well, Americans should just say pants. I don't know the proper term for it. Anyway, cool, silly, goofy, but unfortunately I do worry for it as well. The amount that are selling... it feels like it's going to be a bit of a problem. That is currently looking like it's going to reach up to around 25,000 subscribers. And just take a look at all the burlap head wraps once more. Alright, just want to remind all of you, some of these not exactly holding up very nicely. 40,000 subscribers, down by 26%. 17,000 subscribers, down by 22%. Yeah. But they're also very goofy and weird and silly. But then again, goofy, weird and silly. Oh dear. And with the most recent burlap head wrap skin that we had accepted, that isn't exactly doing super great either. So yeah, I'm very sorry to say, but I'm a little bit unsure, and I don't have the abnormal time to my advantage. So yeah, I know. So yeah, we'll leave that for Wednesday. We'll discuss it more, but I think we're going to have problems with that. 25,000 subscribers is the guess. Moving on, Shadowborn Rug. Okay, cool. So another skin for the Shadowborn Deplorable collection. It appeared. These skins kind of went up a bit. It's been a while now. These are going to go down again. Okay, right. So what's going to happen with the likes of this in the future? Well, I would expect more Shadowborn skins to be submitted every now and then. Vase is very talented, along with the likes of Mr. Cubist, but they also do work with other people and other skins and other collections and whatnot. So maybe we'll see one skin being produced here and there every now and then. Of course, in the past we had the likes of the Shadowborn Locker. I don't think we'll be seeing a resubmission for that for a while, considering, you know. But the rug. So I had this question being brought up to me. How many glow-in-the-dark rugs do we have in total? And I believe it's 8. So if I could go through the whole history, none of those, not that. I don't believe that. No, Panamanian rug, yes. I believe the Twitch Rivals rug also glows, only the name of it. Rug from Hell, yes. Then we have the likes of, Jennifer's rug, that glows. None of these, apparently. Rustoria rug, yes. I believe Memories rug also glows. Respawn Allegory Fresco glows, and of course Shadowborn Rug. So I think that was 8 or 9 there. I didn't probably keep count. Anyway, you might sit there and say, oh, it glows, it stands out, it looks awesome. Okay, you know what, fair enough, I will respect that. Earlier this year, we had the likes of Respawn Allegory Fresco being accepted, and I feel like this is the perfect thing to compare to. Quite coincidentally, it was also made by Mr. Vase. Interesting, but not with Cubist on this one. Okay, this was a very goofy, very silly, but awesome looking rug skin. It sold at $1.49, the standard prices for deplorables, but we actually saw this peak all the way up to, at one point, selling at, what was it there, about $2.40 there. Did drop off a fair bit, kind of went up a little bit more again, but then started to go back down again. Yeah, it also did like 25,000 subscribers, and of course, a good few months later, it's now sitting here with only 100 quantity on the Steam market. That is the average amount you'd expect for all Ruskins on the Steam market, around 100 quantity. So, it looks fairly stable along, we do have that 29 there. But after that, I mean, it's totally fine. It could easily rise up in price. I genuinely do believe that this will work out quite nicely in the future. Just give it, just go through a bit of a bad period of time over the course of these next few weeks. But then, of course, next couple of months. But, of course, once we reach around post-Christmas time, January 2025, I wouldn't be surprised if that's higher in price by then. What I'm trying to get across is, this came out back in February, went through the Easter dip, rose up quite nicely in April, kind of went back down again during the likes of once we entered June, rose up a little bit again, went back down again, stagnating currently at the moment. But yeah, this did 24,444 subscribers, and it worked out nicely. hopping over to the likes of here, at the current rate of sales we're looking at the moment, the likes of this, I wouldn't be surprised if we also reach up to around 25,000 subscribers with the likes of this. Now, of course, if I have to remind you, also consider watching my Rustle rotation video for the in-game look of the skin. It looks awesome. That is a spectacular looking rug skin. Maybe you don't even use it as a rug. Maybe just put it on your walls, your ceilings, you know. Early game Rust when you haven't even got any lights sorted and whatnot. Utilising glow-in-the-dark deplorables to help you navigate around your base at night time. Very useful, very helpful. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, maybe with nightlight you don't necessarily need it as much as you used to, but still a good, nice, pretty thing to look at. Alright, anyway. With the likes of this, I can imagine it'll work out nicely in the future, but I will not be surprised in the slightest if it does dip in price a fair bit over the course of the next couple months. So, with that selling at $2, I reckon I probably will be sticking with a buy order. I want to see how many sales happen over the course of the next few days, but I am expecting around 25,000 subscribers as well, compared to the likes of that Respawn Allegory Fresco. But in the future, I look at it with optimism. I just know it's going to go down in price below its Rusthelp price. It's inevitable, unfortunately. All of these skins, whilst it's nice to see a lot of people want them, they are selling a little bit too much. So yeah, same thing applies to the likes of this. You might be part of a fairly well in demand collection that has a lot of skins, but even then all of these are still expected to suffer as well over the course of the next few months. So hey, by all means, if you want one for yourself, go ahead, buy it, support the skin creator, and maybe in the future we will be seeing some more Shadowborn skins. But as of now, I think we might be enduring just a reasonable amount of problems in just a couple of months' time. So I know I don't want to sound like super negative, but I'm being realistic. I've seen it all happen before, and it looks like it's very likely going to happen again. This is a very nice Rusthelp, but they're selling just a little bit too much. Right, moving on. Moto Party. Okay. I have no issues with this, it's totally fine, but I just can't help but assume it's going to end up exactly like the UFO-themed garage door that we had accepted earlier this year. Now, in theory, how often are you going to want a motorbike-themed garage door? For this week, hey, perfect timing. Everybody wanted something like that because everybody's eager to ride the motorbikes. What about in like a month's time, and 2 months' time, 3 months' time, half a year's time? Hey, I reckon there'll still be people like riding around like a motorbike gang and whatnot. I wouldn't doubt that, but I just don't know if that's always going to be fairly in demand. Now, when it's rolled up, you can still see it. It glows in the dark when it's rolled up, so that's a useful thing to be aware of. Cool, but will there potentially be more of this? Will we end up seeing more deplorables being made? But again, it's that question of, when I mentioned it earlier with the clothing and the armour, I've seen a themed I've seen a themed update where many people made skins in relation to said theme, and when they attempted to make continuations, yeah, we never saw those continuations being accepted. I don't think we're going to be seeing anything else for the likes of this, or rather to partner, or, continue from here, and that leaves me questioning things. Now, garage doors, we tend to see quite a lot of them every single year. Yes, we do, including Twitch drops. What's coming out at the end of this month? FancyOrb Twitch drops. Are we getting a garage door? Yes. A very bright one. It looks very cool. So, with the likes of this, I worry for it. Wow, Junkernaut's already going down in price by a fair bit. How much buy? How much buy? How much buy? Well, I mean, it's about 40 cents. We've only got 3 listings below $4 at the moment, but that's the position it's in already. Yeah, people aren't exactly feeling super confident holding on to that. And that was something we were pretty confident in. Interested in. Now, I do believe that's still going down to around $3 at some point, but this right here, I mean, if that couldn't hold, I worry for you, because you're also selling at $3. Well, that's selling at $4. It sold at $4, but yeah, it's a high price, and I don't think it's going to be able to retain. Yeah, that's very likely going to end up being a situation where I just stick with doing a buy order. The sales are nice. Good job there, Mr. Sadist, but yeah, I don't think it's going to retain. Total sales by Thursday, probably just short of about 20,000 subscribers is my answer. I reckon 19 to 20,000 subscribers. We'll see, but yeah, I think it's going to turn into a bit of a problem. At the very least, that's abnormal, right? We can use that to our advantage. All right, moving on. Nuke Room storage. We're now starting to get the Nuke Room collection. Coo-hoo-hoo. But right, will we get more of these being produced? I mean, I guess Rob Starr will just probably start doing that. He's called it Nuke Room Storage, right? He actually called it military nuclear storage. This got accepted. He now changed the name of it. Fair enough. I'm pretty confident he's going to end up making more of these. I'm pretty confident we're going to get a proper full set of Nuke Room collection, deplorables that is. But as you might have noticed, this is a new deplorable collection, currently sitting here with 2 skins accepted. What do you mean, Hedge? What's going on? How many times this year have we looked at a brand new deplorable collection getting started and then it ends at 2 and 3? I have said this like 5 times now over the past 4 weeks-ish. Yeah, unfortunately it just keeps happening. Nice to see it selling quite nicely. Probably going to reach around 16 to 18,000 subscribers by next, this Thursday. Yeah. Continue. But large boxes. How many have we had so far this year? And is there one potentially coming out at the end of this month? Yes, there is. There is going to be a FancyOrb large box. Okay. So I like it. It looks cool. Glows in the dark. It looks very nice. I'm a little bit lost for words here. Sorry about this. Okay, rewind. That right there, I don't think it'll be retaining its price. But in the future, I do expect a lot more Nuke Room deplorables. Robstar will work on a collection, then he'll work on something different, and then he'll work on something different, and then he'll return to a collection, and then he'll return to another collection. I wouldn't doubt the idea of potentially seeing quite a few of these being produced. We'll see how many of these Nuke Room deplorables get accepted. But I wouldn't doubt the idea that in the future he'll come back and try and get more accepted, and lo and behold, 1 or 2 of them might get accepted, and you might see this spike in price by then. But look at all these storages we've had so far this year. Look how they're currently set. Look at their prices. Look at the prices they originally sold for. It ain't looking pretty, is it? It does look like we'll be able to pick this up for a cheaper price in the future, and with that potentially reaching between maybe 16 to 18,000 subscribers, which is my estimate, I don't think it'd be too hard to grab one of these for a cheaper price. So, all right. That's cool, that's nice. Keep an eye on the workshop for potential continuations and whatnot. But, yeah, maybe it stops here. Maybe it doesn't. I'd love to see it continue, but I've seen so many collections and then done. Alright then, so we'll leave it at that. Stay optimistic, keep an eye out. Let's move on. Quarantine Thompson. Okay, so both of these weapons here, lowest selling skins. That's a bit unfortunate. But, they're both part of collections. Quarantine at the very least, this has deplorables and whatnot. Maybe we'll see another attempt at the clothing and the armour, we shall see. But one thing that's always kind of puzzled me was that these are selling in the positive. People like them. People adore them. Okay, with all due respect, the infected design on the weapons does look really cool. Okay, cool. Will that definitely match up to the likes of this, and this? Based with what I've seen with Thompson's performance so far this year in terms of sales, and of course with retaining their value, I have doubts. I have doubts, I'm very sorry to say. So I already mentioned this with like the Rust rotation video, I should say. I can see it probably working out quite nicely if it didn't sell too much, and as of now it still does look like it might do around 15,000 subscribers, with along with the likes of the MK Ultra Thompson, and the Black Diamond Thompson, and the Constructor Thompson. Basically, 15,000 seems to be fairly average in terms of sales. If the interest remains, sure, it'll retain value, it'll do alright, but I can't really see any, confident guarantees. Thompson's not exactly the super reliable investments they used to be. It's unfortunate, I know, I'm well aware. I used to make so much profit of these, now not so much. So of course we're going to dabble into the likes of entering the autumn fall seasonal dip in just a couple of months time. Will that potentially go below its Rusthelp price? Wouldn't doubt it. So yeah, it's very likely just going to be me sticking with a buy order. Now Thompsons don't appear to go down super cheap. You very likely might be able to pick up a whole bunch of these for about $1 each. Wouldn't doubt it. So we'll talk more about that of course on Wednesday, but it's not abnormal. We don't have that to our advantage to be able to buy in early, so we'll have to leave it. And then we have the likes of the Ditto AR. Actually, how many subscribers is it going to reach? As I said, I think I said about 15,000 is my current guess. Yeah, 15,000 will be my current guess. Now we can talk about Ditto AR. Right, so you're the lowest selling skin of the week, and yet you're still sitting here with 7,400 subscribers. Fair enough, that's pretty good. Alright then. AK47s that came out so far this year. How many of them are currently the positive? There you go, not many. Oh dear. Wow, even Royal Safari is already dropping off. Ooh, okay, anyway, so only the Thunder Gold is doing alright. And then over to here last year, Abyss AR, and then of course there you go. I can't tell you how many times so far this year I've done those comparisons, and I have to keep doing them. Basically, I look at Ditto AR, I look at its collection, I acknowledge it's a weapon-only collection. I just can't help but assume it's still going to go below its Rusthelp price. Come on now, you know what it is. Not to discredit the idea, the skin, and the collection. It's just, it's an AK. People aren't reliable. People aren't, what's the word to say? They aren't committed to their AKs. Oh, look, brand new shiny AK. Throw that away, grab the new one. Wait, hang on a minute. It's another week, it's another Rusthelp, and there's a brand new AK over there. Oh, throw that away, get the new one. You know, we've made this analogy before. So, next week, will there be another AK? Wouldn't doubt it. And of course, you know, people are going to chase after that one and ditch this one. They aren't committed. They don't know what love is. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, that very likely might end up just being a 60 cent to 80 cent buy order. I'm very sorry to say, but I am looking at this with a financial perspective, and I'm expecting that's going to probably do around 13 to 14,000 subscribers, and I'm expecting it to drop off. When you look at the likes of previous Rusthelps, you might notice, or at least acknowledge, that quite a lot of skins are in fact dropping off, and it's quite sad to see. It is quite sad to see indeed, yeah. So, it's expected though, unfortunately, and yeah. So, that right there was all the skins. We've pointed out all the estimated subscriber counts. If you have skipped ahead and you don't know what the estimated subscriber counts are, look at the description, you'll see I add them to the likes of the chapters. Cool, right, so is there anything else that needs to be addressed? Well, you might have listened to me when I said there's Twitch drops on the horizon. Well, let's go ahead and take a look over to here. Let's go bring the likes of this up. We have Global Warfare 2 kicking off between July 26 to July 29. However, the Twitch drops, as you can see right here, we have the likes of a Global Warfare Rock, we have the FancyOrb Wipe Day Hammer, with the Rustopia Armor Double Door, the FancyOrb Galactic Box, the FancyOrb Garage Door, and of course the ever so interesting looking FancyOrb M249. That is awesome, by the way. They're all dropping between July 26th to August 2nd. Now, if you want to get a much better look at all of these skins, look no further. Consider going to the likes of my YouTube over here and get a good look at that video right there. In about 13 minutes, I showcase the skins the best I can to my ability, showing them at night, showing them in sunlight, getting a good look at all the various different times, getting a good look up close and whatnot. These are awesome looking skins, and I really do hope this video gives you a lovely good look at all of them and gives you a good impression of, oh, cool, I really want that now. So yes, of course, I'm sure many of you are well aware that yes, we are going to have the Global Warfare 2 event, and of course Hedge has okay, sorry about that, I messed it up there, but yeah, that's all kicking off, something to look forward to. I already said it earlier, it is expected for every month for the rest of this year. We are expecting Twitch drops, alright, so keep your eyes peeled, be aware of what's being mentioned on the likes of Twitter, and yeah, do I need to say any more? Well, maybe I do. I'm aware that a lot of people are very upset that it seems Rustlabs has died. It's very unfortunate that it died, and there's nothing left to look at, I'm afraid. It's such a shame, but I have been informed that there is a new website currently under development called Rusthelp. So if you are wanting to be aware of all the interesting details in regards to, of course, you know, how to build certain weapons, or, you know, how much do I need to be able to destroy certain bases and whatnot, this appears to be its newborn son, I guess you could say. So, of course, rusthelp.com. It's currently under development. Consider joining the Discord to help them out. They have got some very cool ideas, such as being able to look at the monuments in like a 3D scale and see where all the loot is currently being placed. Now, this is all currently, you know, in progress. But if you're there to help out, you know, the more the merrier. I'm under the impression. Consider giving that a good look, and yeah, just giving it a good thumbs up, because it's nice to see. But it's very unfortunate with what happened to that. Very, very, very unfortunate. Cool. So that appears to be everything. That's nice. I hope I was very nice, concise, and straight to the point in trying to inform all of you of various different things. Like I said, with the likes of the Rust rotation video, keep an eye on the commits from here and now, because now we'll look forward to finding out what potentially will be coming out for the August Force Wipe. I am under the impression by then Radtown Redux will be ready. Alright, that means, technically speaking, a brand new monument. Alright? What else? I hope to see more mentions of a potential brand new biome. It was mentioned at the very beginning of this year, the roadmap. They want to introduce a brand new biome, but still no proper evidence, other than we've seen mentions of strange animals being apparently worked on at the moment. So, you know, we've got tigers. See that? We've got panthers being mentioned, and we also have crocodiles. Now, I've already mentioned this already, but keep your eyes peeled. There might be more. We're probably getting a zoo. I mean, hey, that would still be funny, wouldn't it? Now, of course, with the likes of the Rust Workshop, keep an eye on all the newest... Oh, wow. Oh, there you go. Whoa, oh, hello. Polished Obsidian. Executioner. Travelling Vendor Large Box. There's a lot of interesting skins that just appeared. Now, if you don't have a full Adorphus list set up for yourself, I would always promote the idea of looking at micro522.com with a quick refresh. Oh, there we go. Just click date submitted, and there you go. I can see all the newer skins. It's as simple as that. So look in the description right now. You will see the link to that, and keep an eye on this over the course of Sunday, Saturday, and all, you know, the rest of the week. And yeah, not only can you see the likes of all the newer skins appearing, but you can also see their upvotes, their downvotes, and whatnot. Yeah. So again, just quickly take a look, and if you just want to get a quick little preview of all the skins, there you go. Just hover over the titles. It's as simple as that. Sorry for tabbing away there. I don't know why I did that. Cool. So I believe I've said everything. Overall, I expect potential problems. But remember, I look at this with the financial perspective, and of course with experience. Lots of people clearly like it, but not everybody's going to be sticking around playing Rust forever, at least, you know, throughout the rest of this year. So, you've been warned, alright? You might see a lot of this being thrown on the Steam market, oh dear. But, being aware of that, you know how to act accordingly. Thumbs up. Best of luck to each and every single one of you. And also, you might want to put some effort in now, keeping an eye on the likes of all the balders that you've done on the various, well, not this account, but all the various balders you might have done on the likes of Ruskins throughout all of this year, because if some of them start dropping off a fair bit, you've got to keep an eye out. Monitor your balders, keep an eye and make sure that your prices aren't too high, because, yeah, people might start dumping soon, and you don't want to fall victim to that, no. Alright, thumbs up, catch you later, see you, goodbye.